entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
What's up guys, welcome back to Titus Actual Gaming. I'm going to show you guys how to get to Mohgwyn Palace at level 1 without even talking to Varre or killing a single boss. If this video helps you, do me a favor and smash that like button. Okay, the first step here is going to require you to do my new mountaintop skip. If you haven't seen that video yet, I would pause now and go watch that first. Okay, so once you've completed that skip, you're going to be at the site of grace for the Zemmour ruins. So this site of grace is essentially the beginning of the mountaintops of the giants. You're just going to progress through to where the Deathbird is by Castle Sol. It's right here on the map. It's near a cliff edge that overlooks the Consecrated Snowfield. You'll most likely have to quit out here to unaggro the Deathbird. Once you're in this spot and you don't have the Deathbird chasing you, just hop up on these rocks and head around to the backside. Then you want to do what I'm doing here, where I slowly walk down to these next couple layers behind the rock. Once you get down to this last layer, you want to jump in the direction that I jumped. Just look at the direction that I'm looking on my compass and try to line your compass up to somewhat match it. And you want to double jump out as far out as you can so that you don't hit these upper rocks and land all the way down to where you get the Stake of America symbol. When you die, if you have the Stake of America symbol in the top left of your screen, under your status effects, you should be in a good position. Then you want to make sure that you revive at the Stake of America and not at the last site of grace visited. And you will now be in the Consecrated Snowfield. So before you do anything, the very first thing that you want to do is ride over to Ordina and get the site of grace. That way if you die, you don't have to redo this skip all over again. So if you head due west from where you spawn in, you should hit the Ordina site of grace. Once that site of grace is restored, you now have access to a warpable site of grace within the Consecrated Snowfield if anything happens, you die or anything like that. So now you have free reign of the Consecrated Snowfield and you can go and venture out and not have to worry about dying or anything. Now at this point you may be familiar with the Waygate that takes you to Mohgwyn Palace, and you'd be familiar with a very tough NPC that guards that Waygate that you normally have to defeat in order for that Waygate to activate. That could be kind of tough at level 1. So I'm going to show you guys how at level 1 with no gear, we can activate that Waygate without killing that NPC. You basically approach this like you always would. You get on your horse and you ride towards the Waygate to start the invasion from the NPC. And then as soon as you're taking off your horse and you know that the invasion is about to take place, you want to turn around and just run directly back the way you came. Just start heading back towards Ordina. So as you're running away, you'll see that the NPC spawns in, and then as soon as you get to this, I'm not sure if it's a frozen over road or a frozen river, you'll see that it says the Sanguine Noble has returned to their world. So at this point, you want to turn around and go back towards the Waygate again. And when you get up to the Waygate, you'll notice that the Waygate is now active. Even though we never killed the NPC, we didn't even fight the NPC, we now have an active Waygate over to Mohgwyn Palace. And you think about the implications of this skip as a whole and what it brings to the early game, especially for challenge runs. For example, I'm doing a level 1 one-shot all bosses challenge run, and having access to not only rune farming early to be able to upgrade my weapons, but also the somber ancient dragon smithing stone here, and immediate access to the white mask for buffing. This is a pretty huge skip for me, and I think that it'll be very useful for a lot of you as well. If that is the case and it is useful for you, do me a favor and smash that like button. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear the types of challenge runs or items here that you guys are using this for. Also remember that you can find this and all my wrong warp skips, builds, and content on my website, titustv.net. Head on over and take a look. It's a lot easier to navigate the 200 plus Elden Ring videos that we have rather than scrolling through them randomly on YouTube. Thanks again for watching. Stay dangerous.